Did you want to be photographing families, in your 50s and 60s?
That's the thing as well, is when I thought about it and I was thinking, I never wanted to be in a position where I was waking up in the morning thinking, oh no, I've got a shoot today. Because that's not fair. That's not fair on me. It's not fair on the family. It's not fair on other photographers that would love that business. And I wouldn't say, well, did I get to that point? Probably a little bit. And I was starting to resent working Saturday mornings. One thing I really was so pleased with right from the very beginning of my business is I put boundaries in that I would only ever take shoots on Saturday mornings, not Saturday afternoons, not Sundays, just Saturday. So it was always a Saturday morning. I was home by midday and then I could get on with my weekend with my family. But even then I was missing football games and I started just missing out on things. Also, friends would invite us around on a Friday and I'd be like, oh, I've got a shoot in the morning and I used to get a bit of an early night. And so my natural rhythm was out of flow with my husband's and my friends and everyone else's. And so everyone else would be waking up going, no, it's Saturday. I'm like, well, this is the day I work. So I was starting to resent that a little bit.
No, it was all about kind of giving yourself permission to shift direction. I mean, I certainly felt that way around wedding photography because I'd shot weddings for 11 years. And I think sometimes your actions kind of show you, because I was being very particular about what weddings I would take. And I was taking fewer and I was really thinking about the travel. Whereas, 5-6 years earlier, someone inquires like, oh, we're getting married in Lake Como. Do you want? And I'd be like, oh my God, yes. And then I was starting to be like, well, can I be asked going to Lake Como? And then I'm just like, it just didn't feel as, I don't know, I just had lost a bit of that enthusiasm for it. And like you say, I did also think about other photographers that would just kill to shoot a wedding at Lake Como. And I was starting to think about the reality of that because, of course, you post those photographs and it looks amazing. And it's great, who doesn't love a trip to Lake Como? And it's not like all my weddings were in Lake Como, obviously not. But I just started to think about practically all the other stuff around that to get you there and how much time I'd be away from home. And I was older and my bag was heavier. And it was just like, it wasn't as appealing. And I think that's kind of when I knew that I was edging out of it. And then obviously I went on and had children and that was a kind of natural pause anyway. But it's just about giving yourself permission to step back and look at it and just allow yourself to feel that because your body will probably tell you.
And, I was then thinking to myself, I've been doing this for, what had I been doing it like 13 years? I thought you wouldn't be in the same job generally for 13 years. And I get bored quite easily anyway. That's why I say I've always got something else going on that works alongside my photography because I need that to keep my, inspiration going and just to stay motivated. And I was thinking, I've been doing this a really long time. And also there was a part of me, when I was photographing kids the same age as my children, I knew all the programs they were watching. I knew how to talk to them. And as my boys were getting older, my clients are staying the same age, my clients' children, I was sort of sometimes talking to them like teenagers and thinking, oh my God, I've lost my magic here. I've forgotten what I'm doing. And it just felt like, it just felt really natural to me to move on from that. And I still do occasionally, I don't ever advertise it or anything, but I still do occasionally do some mini sessions for families that have been with me since I started. So their kids are now all like pretty much the same age as mine or a few years younger. And they're like, please never stop doing this because they've got literally photos on the wall from every single year. And I think,
which is so lovely.
I feel really bad to stop doing it. So I do still do some family sessions for them.
Yeah, but that's nice. I really love that continuation in that client relationship. I've got a lot of wedding clients that I photograph them with their kids now, and that's really nice to be, you feel like you're part of their story, which is, there's something lovely about that. I totally get that. You could be photographing their grandkids in 20 years' time.
Some of them are like, oh, seeing Auntie Vicky so many times. And and they remember, now the kids are sort of, I can have like a normal conversation with them and ask them about what they're doing at school. And it's so nice because I remember when going around doing their newborn shoots. So I'll always keep doing that, but it's not something that's part of my marketing.
Yeah, you don't want to start that cycle again with another newborn.
Exactly.
Family.
Yes, exactly.
No.